The European Union has never worked. The idea of the European Union was that if you put all of Europe together, it has a GDP that's comparable to ours. It has soldiers, an army comparable to ours if you put it all together. It has population comparable to ours. In other words, it shouldn't be a non-entity in the world the way it is, right? So because it's all small countries, they can't compete with the Russians, with China, with us. And the idea is you put it all together, then they can compete. That's the idea. The problem is, of course, that like America, there are a bunch of different, very different states. The Italians are not like the Germans. Italy is not like Germany. The British are not like either of them. The French are not like either. The Europeans have been making these jokes and fighting these wars for 2,000 years. It's not suddenly going to go away. So like in our country, you have a choice. Either you let people be themselves or you become a tyrant. And of course, we have the left, which wants to become a tyrant, wants a powerful central government to tell everybody what to do. Doesn't matter if you live in Arkansas. You have no right to be different than the people in LA, right? It doesn't matter if you live in Indiana. You have to obey the rules that are set in Washington, D.C. That's how you get guys like Obama telling you who can use the bathrooms in your elementary school. The original idea of the country, e pluribus unum, out of many states, out of many colonies, we will be one United States of America. That's the idea that theoretically, the right is supposed to support. In Arkansas, do it the Arkansas way. In New York, do it the New York way and then live wherever you please, right? But the European Union can't get that right because of race. And the thing is it race? Racial thinking is so simplistic. Racial thinking is so simplistic. That's why I always love these pseudo-intellectual Nazis who come along and say, well, the science of race and the science. It's crap. I mean, think about yourself for a minute. Are you your genes? Do your genes set your entire personality? Or does your history also set your personality? And given your history, given your genes, your actions, the choices you make. If you make a wrong choice and you go down a bad road, that's going to change your personality. You make good choices, go down a good road, you're going to become a very different person. So history, genes, the things you do, the choices you make, those all work together, and you can't ever pick any of them apart in your own life, in anybody's life. We all think that our good traits are inborn and our bad traits are our parents' fault. The same thing with race. We think that our good traits, the good traits of each race and the talents of each race are inherent, and the bad traits must be because of culture. But they're all blended together, and that's what's so ridiculous about it. And the thing is, what is racism? This is the question that nobody ever asks, but I think it's really important. Racism, to me, is assigning moral quality to races. And I do not believe that's possible. I have never seen any, I'm not a geneticist, but I've never seen any genetic proof that that's possible. It's hard to talk about genetics because I think a lot of geneticists are silenced on this issue, but it is also against my religion. And my religion is based on my observation of reality. I have never noticed one race being morally better than another. I have noticed in various times and places certain races become the criminal class because they are treated like the criminal class and they live into that treatment. I've seen that happen, but I have never believed and never seen that a race becomes criminal because of bloodlines. I just don't think that's scientific. I think it's simplistic nonsense. My religion says people are made in God's image, love your neighbor, and that's part of loving God. It seems to me that is the only true solution, that you treat each person as he comes, you treat each person as a child of God. That just seems to me good. It seems good thinking to me. It really does. But it's also my religion. I also believe it is what God wants from me. All right.